Are you tired of searching for great talk radio? Search no more. We are the GCN Radio Network.
I'm sure a lot of you have been noticing CIA ads on TV, radio, print. It's classified, but the budget shows, and I've seen some congressional testimony, they're going to increase their amount of HUMET by about 4 times, and their basic bureaucrats many more times. And they're breaking the law. They're in local police departments. They're putting regular Army in local police departments. They've got dossiers on citizens. They're expanding domestic death squads. And, yeah, our country's falling. Private banks have come in, seized the nation. They have unlimited capital. They make out of fiat. And they've just got to make sure that they've got secret police and thugs everywhere, so when they bankrupt everything and take all your pension funds and draft your sons and daughters to carry out their wars overseas, that you can't resist them. And they find lots of weak-minded, control-freak, little petty ideologues to join them and be part of it. They're hiring illegal aliens, felons, you name it, to join the military and police. Oh, you didn't know that. Pure criminals have taken control of the government. And I don't mean Barack Obama. That guy's a complete Madison Avenue puppet. He doesn't run jack squat. You notice they've announced unlimited spying on the American people. It all continues under Obama. You notice they're just announcing they're going to pull you over without a warrant, without even arresting you, and take your DNA. If you read this carefully, it says those detained, those pulled over. This is enslavement. This is bondage. Look, the government knows 98% of you don't want the bailouts and don't want open borders and don't want police state. That's why they're gearing it up. They're criminal. They're illegitimate. They've taken over the country. They think it's theirs. And look, you can laugh all you want. They're going to take everything you got. And they're going to stage riots and the breakdown of society this year, next year, maybe 5 years from now when they think they're ready. That's why we got to expose these terrorists now and expose what they're doing, and we can save this nation. There's a lot of control freaks out there who don't care. They just want to be on the winning team, gutting this country. You're expendable too. Remember that. You're gutting your own future. It's time for you to have a serious gut check and look at whose side you're on. And stop rationalizing what you're involved in. Let's go to the phone calls. Rick in Pennsylvania. You're on the air.
Hi there, Mr. Jones. Great to finally speak to you.
Good to talk to you, Bubba.
Alex, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, hey, just wanted to share a little story with you about chemtrails. I'm a history major here at Indiana University of Pennsylvania out in western PA. And for my sociology class, they required us to bring in an environmental article. So I brought in an article about chemtrails, and I had asked the class if anybody had heard of them. Of course, no one heard of them. And so I went on for about a 5-minute rant talking about the barium and the aluminum that they're releasing into the stratosphere, et cetera. And basically I was confronted with a classroom full of laughter after, the teacher sort of made a few jokes about it, trying to really destroy my argument.
Yeah, they're taught they're winners because they're dumb. They're taught they're winners because they know nothing but Britney Spears and American Idol. Meanwhile, it's all over the news. They're terraforming and mixing it with jet fuel and spraying us. Go ahead.
Right, and I just went on. I brought in an article, and something happened with my printer. I couldn't print off the second page, and at the end of the class, I went up to her and said, I'll bring in the rest of that article for you to read because, it's very important, this information. And she goes, laughing to herself, she goes, "Oh, well, I'm not going to read that." I said, "Excuse me?" She said, "Oh, I'm not going to read that." Like, what do you mean? This is information you had no idea about. Obviously, people in the class are, they were laughing, but
let me stop you because it's about listen, stop. This is the mental illness. This is what slaves are like. Slaves, after they've been slaves a while, generationally like to be slaves. She doesn't care. He doesn't care. Is it a he or she? Is it a he or she, sir?
What's that? The teacher's a she.
Okay, listen, can you hear me? Because the callers keep saying they can't hear me.
It's sort of cutting out.
Okay, well, that's bizarre. Okay, so it's a she. They don't want to be enlightened. They don't want to be free. It's delusional. For them, perception's reality. So she doesn't care if you bring in, the AP article with Obama's science advisor saying spray the atmosphere? Was that the article?
Yeah, it was from WhiteWatch.com. I also brought in the one from...
okay, so you brought out from WhiteHouse.gov their announcement about terraforming the planet to stop global warming, total bull, when the scientists admit it's actually to heat the planet. God knows why they're doing it. It's classified. But the point is that she said, I don't care. I don't want to see it. I want to feel like I'm right. See, that's buying into the delusion. Go ahead.
Right, and it was just, to me, I was really blown away. I know people think that it's conspiracy theory and all this other stuff, but it was just really...
Sir, I get emails where people don't believe the European Union exists. That's how dumbed down Americans are.
Right, and then the fact that she didn't even want to read it, didn't even want us to devote a second of her time.
That's why I quit college with straight A's. It was delusional. I mean, I would write papers against the anti-American, anti-freedom stuff, and they'd give me C-minuses. So I cynically, one semester, just totally wrote whatever they wanted. How families were bad, how world government was good, A-pluses. They're whores. They're intellectual prostitutes. It's a fraud. It's a cult of scum and weaklings. Look, that's what the New World Order is. It's a bunch of parasite weaklings working for the elites that want to feed on those of us that are productive. But they don't know the elites plan to get rid of them as soon as they've used the parasites to bring down those of us that are strong. The elites openly say this.
And you have this fake global warming science going on. And
it's admittedly fake. The sun's what drives it. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of the ignorance. They get all these idiots to buy into something and they won't admit they're wrong. Mike in San Diego. Mike, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex.
Hey.
Hey, I'm liking the energy today, man. It's good. I like it.
Go ahead.
All right. I just want to talk about the kind of what the elite believe in as far as how they want to let you know before they do something. Like
they openly have written thousands of white papers how they're going to kill every last one of us.
Yes. And I just want to say, do you think in their own sick and twisted way they actually enjoy you, Alex Jones, exposing them?
Oh, I've had them tell me that, yeah.
Okay, all right.
They enjoy it. They go, listen, the slaves don't care. They want to be slaves.
Yeah.
And you ought to join us. I mean, that's the attitude.
Exactly. And people need to start listening.
And the slaves want to be slaves. They want to give their kids shots full of mercury. They want to drink sodium fluoride and say it's not bad for them. They want to have foreign banks bankrupt them. They want to smile and feel good and think of carbon taxes about the environment to foreign banks. They love being scammed. They love being conned. They love it. They love it. They love it. Go ahead.
All right, and one more thing. After the whole Baxter incident and the bird flu virus...
They love how the government's injecting people in Europe dying of massive live bird flu. They love it being an AP and Reuters. They love taking their girls in to have HPV shot when the governor says it's mandatory when it isn't, and then the girls die, and then they say that's good. I mean, it's just sickening filth. You're scum slaves who enjoy being conned. What is wrong with you people? Go ahead.
Well, get this. Jim Cramer on CNBC the next day, March 6, 2009, recommended Baxter International stock. And he didn't make any mention about the bird flu virus mishaps. He said their stock's going to go up under the Obama administration.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Mixing live bird flu with a regular vaccine. AP, Reuters.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they give it to people and they die deader than a hammer from some other company over there, and you talk about it and the public giggles and snickers and because they're idiots. I hate to get mad, folks, but I mean, it's like watching somebody rob my neighbor's house 20 times. And I go tell my neighbor, the guy's stealing your car again. He's out there hot wiring it. Go stop him. And he goes, there's no such thing as thieves. I'm like, see him out there in the black mask? And the neighbor just sticks both his fingers in his nose and goes, no. And you're like, come on, man, let's get together and beat these people. I got to wake you up to defend my family. I need you people to beat these people. None of us have any future if you don't grow up and realize what's happening. I mean everything I say. This stuff's real. You understand how much danger I'm in? How many hit pieces are being written against me? How I get followed around? The death threats I'm getting, you cowards? You need to stand up or you have no future. I'm not putting up with this anymore. They put out government documents, as I told you, saying the veterans are the number one threat to the government, that gun owners are terrorists, that those buying ammo are terrorists. And the articles Kurt and Emma wrote about this that we broke, I didn't even point out. Google this right now. I want to pull up the newscast right now. Google, man who bought ammo visited by Homeland Security. You'll get a whole bunch of stuff all over the country. You buy like 1,000 rounds of ammo. Homeland Security, secret commissar, thug police, the ones you're getting hired, all these CIA ads you hear, show up at your house and want to ask you if you're a terrorist for buying ammunition. The government's criminal. Don't you people get it? They're going to take everything we've got if you keep sucking your thumbs. This isn't a joke. And the Republicans aren't going to save you. They're there posing like they're patriots, now saying they're anti-New World Order because they're playing the part of the opposition right now to soak up all the resistance. And don't you tell me something's wrong with me. You get excited about sports. I get excited about stuff that matters. It's April 19th. Remember who your forebears are. Resist the tyranny.